Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wheelersburg High School for tonight's SOC II matchup between the visiting Valley Indians and your Wheelersburg Pirates. Tonight is senior night here at Wheelersburg High School, and I will be your play-by-play commentator, Gavin Race, joined here with Caleb Kazee. It's going to be an exciting one tonight. We have the 15-3 Valley Indians against the 10-9 Wheelersburg Pirates. Wheelersburg having a down year, at least more down than normal, while Valley's having one of their better seasons that they've had in a long time. They've had that SOC run back a couple years ago. Wheelersburg, they lost the first matchup to Valley, but they kept it a lot closer than people would think. It was only a 7-point loss. Coming here on their home floor, especially on senior night, it's going to be interesting how they come out and play against a very talented Valley team that's really headed by their starting five.
Yeah, and Wheelersburg's definitely looking for redemption tonight. After the loss to Valley last time, 58-51, really close game. Definitely a disappointing loss for Wheelersburg. So they're definitely wanting to, come back and, let's just say, punch them in the throat and win.
Yeah, and it's been a common occurrence for Valley so far this year that the only five that we get in the score sheet for them is their starting five, which was the case last time these two teams played. For Valley, it was Jace Copley who led them with 19 points, two other guys in double figures, and George Arnett and Colt Buckle. And Bryce Stewart kind of controlled the painted area. Carter Nickel played his role very well that night as well. It's going to be interesting how it is tonight because Valley's hit a rough spot. They've lost a couple of games they felt like they should have won, such as Waverly, and they lost to Waverly, Minford, and South Webster here in the second half of the season. And it's been a lot of just they've struggled with depth, and they're going to expect to see a lot of guys step up big, and some of them is like number 3, Hunter Edwards, number 25, Levi Stewart, number 23, Tucker Merritt. It's going to be important for them to step up. On the other side, Wheelersburg, they really started to come into their own. Starting the season, only playing about 7 guys in the rotation. Now going 10 deep. Their normal starting 5, they're actually going to be rotating one different tonight. In Braxton Race, he's going to be starting for senior night tonight. Usually it would be Nolan Wright. They've played very well this season, especially down the stretch here. I'm pretty sure they've won 5 straight SOC games since losing to Valley, so they have a chance to get back to 500 here in the conference with a win. Their last 2 conference games of the season this week against Valley and Minford, pending a reschedule with Northwest. So it'll be interesting how those turn out.
Yeah, and, Wheelersburg, they're finding their footing within their basketball team and, how they want to play and how they want to perform. And they're definitely showing that.
Yeah, and it's been a great job by them to really stick with what they need to and stay within themselves. They've seen a lot more success when they play as a unit better, and it's been a lot of just Eli Swords has been the go-to scorer for them this year, and that really hasn't changed, but he's opened up the offense a lot whenever he gets taken away. Josh Clark's really stepped into a good role off the ball instead of being a point guard. Jackson Schwamberger has filled that facilitator role very well. Cooper McKenzie has been a nice surprise all season. He's very consistent at getting buckets underneath. He is a surprisingly good shooter for his size, so it'll be interesting what kind of role he plays tonight because unless Levi Stewart, that is, for Valley, is on the floor, he will be height-wise the tallest guy on the floor, so it's going to be important that he takes advantage of that.
Yeah, and, as you said, we've seen him, take advantage of that in an amazing way, playing amazing defense in the post, being able to control that post, score in the post easily. And who knows, maybe even sometimes kick it out for a 3.
Yeah, keys to the game tonight, it's definitely going to be who controls the tempo. Valley is going to want to play up and down very fast, get up and down as quick as they can. They're going to shoot a lot of threes. It's not going to live and die by it, but all 5 guys on the floor have the green light to shoot. They love to run in transition. They love to work quick in the half court. Meanwhile, Wheelersburg, they're going to want to slow it down. They will take the quick buckets when they can get them, but they're not going to press full court like Valley. They're going to want to slow this game down and make sure they don't let Valley get out ahead early and make sure they can keep it close to give them the chance late in the game.
And big thing for Wheelersburg is, making sure they're not forcing anything that, is just they know is not going to work. And, we've seen that as a common issue Wheelersburg has had in the past. And, they are starting to show that, they can control this. They can take control of the game is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Easily make something happen.
Yeah, and looking at their last 2 games, like when they played Jackson up at Jackson, it was a Saturday game. They didn't shoot the ball great, shot 5 of 22 from 3, 17 of 45 from the field. Didn't get a lot of free throw attempts, so they're going to have to really attack the paint and draw fouls, because you get Valley in foul trouble, that's where you can kind of open the game up. In that game alone, Eli Swords was the only double-digit scorer. He had 20, and then there was a couple baskets all throughout from the likes of Nolan Wright, Josh Clark, Cooper McKenzie. They had very few in that game. And then on the flip side, in their most recent game against Oak Hill, Cooper McKenzie had 20 points that game to chip in with 6 rebounds. Eli Swords had 20 points. The efficiency wasn't the same that McKenzie had. McKenzie shot 73% from the field. Eli Swords only 42%. But he was that game, Swords had a better job rebounding the ball. 9 rebounds, 4 assists in that game as well. Josh Clark played very well, 4 of 5 shooting, 8 points. Jackson Schwamberger had 4, and he had 5 assists as well to go along with it. It's going to be a lot of can guys play their roles to pull out the win tonight.
Yeah, Wheelersburg, they definitely have the ability to win this game and the talent to win this game, and they have to make sure to.
So we're going to go ahead and cut away here. It looks like we're getting ready to get the senior night festivities underway. So we're going to have senior night followed right up with national anthem and starters tonight, being announced by PA announcer Matt Hancock. So we'll be right back.
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to our game tonight. Our officials and signs have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been assigned based on the process approved by the SOC. Our officials for tonight's game are Rod Nichols, Dixon Purcell, and Ethan Carport. The athletes, coaches, and officials are guests of Burg High School. We ask that all fans respect the effort of both teams, their players, coaches, and the referees. We ask that you please respect the game tonight. Let's meet our visitors, the Valley Indians. And coach, captain, assistant coaches, Drew Brown, Kyle Copley, David Millett. Their starters tonight, number 1, a junior guard, standing 6 foot, George Arnett. A 6-foot junior, number 4, Colt Buckle. A junior standing 6 foot tall, number 10, Carter Tickle. A sophomore standing 6 foot 1, number 13, Dave Copley. And a senior standing 6 foot 2, number 24, Bryce Stewart. And now, let's welcome your Wheelersburg Pirates! Standing 5'9", senior guard, Braxton Ray. A senior guard standing 6'1", number 12, John Clark. A senior guard standing 6'1", number 20, Eli Sword. A junior guard standing 6'1", number 22, Jackson Waldberger. And a senior forward standing 6'4", number 33, Cooper McKinson. Let's hear for your Wheelersburg Pirates!
Welcome back here, Wheelersburg High School, as we get ready to go. Wheelersburg versus Valley, the rematch. Valley came out on top by 7 last time. Josh Clark back in the rotation, was not here the last time these two teams went at it. So it looks like Clark is going to be in the circle to jump. So it'll be interesting how those go. So it's going to be Clark and Stewart will be the two in the circle to jump. Seems like there might be a little bit of confusion. I'm not sure. Like they're just making sure everything might be right with the time, or there might be something on the floor. Seems like we're ready to go now. Clark and Stewart in the circle. And we are underway. Clark will tip it back. Race will control. And Valley pressing early. We'll give it over to Schwamberger. He'll be the one to bring it across. Valley guarding man-to-man here early. Schwamberger with the left hand, hands it off to Race. Race, hesitation move, fakes the handoff, now looking for the bailout, and gives it to Clark. Backside, guarded by Stewart. Clark driving in, blitzed by Arnett. Pump fake, Clark up for two. Rolls in and out, no good. Ball tipped up in the air. Arnett controls. Two players hit the floor. Valley coming the other way. Stewart slows it down as the other two get back down the floor, and it's Buckle with it out near the mid-court line. Wheelersburg in a 2-3 zone here to start this game. Arnett with, swings to the other side. Copley, jab step, now throws it in for Stewart. Buckle catches on the on the right wing. Drop in for Stewart at the free throw line. Buckle lets it go from three. Back iron, no good. Swords controls the rebound. And it goes the other way. Schwamberger bringing it down. Looking for a kick out now. He finds Josh Clark, guarded by Bryce Stewart. Spinning, Clark up 4-2, no good. McKenzie the offensive rebound, and there's the foul down low, and he'll shoot two. Foul will be on George Arnett, and it'll be his first, the first of the contest. Talked about it in pregame. Valley's going to have to be very careful of staying out of foul trouble because the depth they don't have a lot of the depth that Wheelersburg does. First free throw up from McKenzie, no good.
Yeah, and this is definitely not great for Valley here to get already started with fouls this early on.
Second one up from McKenzie, rims out, no good. So still no score here early. Stewart bringing it down, getting in. Braxton Race with the steal. Going the other way, Arnett trying to chase him down. Layup up, no good. Going up for the rebound, it's going to be a jump ball between Clark and Stewart, and it goes the way of Valley. Nice effort there by Clark to force the jump ball and not let Stewart come away with the easy rebound. Buckle bringing it down. Wheelersburg sticking in the 2-3 zone. Throwing it over for Arnett. Arnett pull up mid-range. It's good. George Arnett for two, and Valley strikes first here in this contest. Valley's going to match up man-to-man pressing tonight. Throwing it over. Schwamberger on the catch. Guarded by Copley out near the volleyball line. Going in. Schwamberger turning, looking. Now gives it to McKenzie. Nickel guarding him down low. Over to Schwamberger. Schwamberger rip through. Now finds Race going down the lane. Race going up, and he will be fouled underneath. That's going to be on Chase Copley. So Race will shoot two. That's the second foul here early on Valley. Braxton Race getting his first start of his career tonight. Not able to hit the free throws. He's short on it. Race usually comes off. He's usually the second or third guy off the bench for the Burg tonight. Getting to start his senior night as he's getting ready to shoot his second. It's up. Back iron, no good. Wheelersburg 0 for 4 to start the game from the free throw line. And after a lot of scrambling for the rebound, Valley will control. Wheelersburg able to scramble back in. Copley left open for three, and he hits it. Jace Copley from downtown. And Valley starts this game up 5-0. Going behind the back is Schwamberger. Gives it to Josh Clark. Clark driving, going up against Stewart. No good on the layup. Rebound by Buckle. Buckle running quick. Kick, corner. Copley again from three. No good. We're going to have a foul underneath. The basket won't count, but there will be a foul. It's going to be, I think, on Cooper McKenzie. And it will be. So they're going to say McKenzie got Stewart underneath the basket.
Yeah, and, so far Wheelersburg's having a lot of trouble getting these baskets going. They're having the opportunity to shoot, but just not getting anything to happen, really.
Out on the other wing, Copley pull up from the mid-range, rims out, Buckle for the putback, and he puts it in. And Valley starts this game with a 7-0 run. Swords coming back quick the other way. Gives it over to McKenzie. Now they reset with Clark. Clark guarded by Stewart. Looks like they're matching up athleticism for athleticism there. Clark in the corner looking for the entry to McKenzie, and it's going to be tipped, and it stays with Wheelersburg. .447, 7-0 Valley leads. 7-0 Valley leads here early. Schwamberger on the inbound. Nickel tips it, and it goes out of bounds, so it'll stay with Wheelersburg. And they get a little more favorable position to inbound it from, instead of down there in the corner. Schwamberger the inbound. He'll throw it into the backcourt for Clark. And now Clark will bring it back across. Guarded by Bryce Stewart. Clark with. Now gives it back over to McKenzie. Guarded by Nickel. Working in the post. Swords over the front of the rim. No good. Stewart comes down with the board. Going back down the other way. Stewart. Kick to the corner. Jace Copley unguarded for three. It's good. Jace Copley knocks it down, and a 10-0 run to start this game for Valley. They're making Wheelersburg hurt early. Just nothing going on the offensive end for the Pirates. And Valley seemed to can't miss here early on. They've been exploiting that 2-3 defense that Wheelersburg has been trying to run.
Yeah, and Wheelersburg definitely has to win this. They have to really discuss, different game plan here for their defense with these, shooters just being left wide open. And the danger with with Valley is, their entire team can shoot threes.
Yeah, and whenever they get out in transition, especially with Wheelersburg trying to get back and set in that 2-3 zone, it is going to hurt them. So Wheelersburg has to be prepared if they're getting back to pick up man-to-man whenever Valley's running in transition. Otherwise, Valley's just going to run all over them, and you'll see what happened there. Copley left wide open for three, and he's someone you just can't leave that open. So Nolan Wright checking in the game. He'll check in for Braxton Race. Good 4 minutes put in by Race to start this game. Wright inbounding. We'll give it into Schwamberger, and now Valley still matching up man-to-man on the press. Schwamberger bringing it down. Will get past Copley. Arnett blitzing on the double. Now swing over. Right with in the corner. Finds Clark on the back door. Down the lane. Josh Clark lays it up, and Wheelersburg is on the board. Valley working quick the other way, though. They give it out to Nickel. Nickel swing over to Copley. Copley thought about it. Now getting in. Kick out Stewart. Wheelersburg, like we said, they want to force Valley to slow down, and this 2-3 zone is going to do that. Buckle with. He'll be able to dribble it out. Now giving it to Nickel down in the shore. He'll bring it out. Cross-court skip to Colt Buckle. Buckle with it. Gives it over to Copley. Deep three, no good. Eli Swords controls the rebound. Josh Clark coming down the other way. Clark, nice in and out dribble move. Nice pump fake. Gets Stewart up in the air. Over the front of the rim. Josh Clark drops it in. Josh Clark, after missing his first 2 attempts, is able to get 2 to go. Colt Buckle will turn it over, and Wheelersburg has a chance to get 3 straight baskets.
Yeah, and, for Wheelersburg here, maybe a little bit of confidence by Valley, but that 3 attempt is very deep.
Gives it over to Swords. Swords pump fakes out the perimeter. Now Clark with it, guarded tightly by Stewart. Nice crossover move. Stewart gets a piece of it, forces him to pick up his dribble. Schwamberger lobbing it in. Swords, reverse layup, and it's good. And a 6-0 run to answer the 10-0 run by the Pirates. They give it over. Buckle out near the timeline, guarded by Schwamberger. Nice defense by Schwamberger, forcing the pass out. And now we're going to get an illegal screen from Bryce Stewart out of the 3-point line. So Wheelersburg doing a nice job to answer here. It looks like they're going to give Clark and Schwamberger a break. Braxton Race and Connor Estep check in. Estep bringing it down, guarded by Jace Copley. Estep gives it over to Nolan Wright, guarded by Arnett. Going in, shot up, blocked by Arnett, and going back the other way, throwing it ahead quickly to Copley. Layup up, good by Jace Copley. And Valley ends the 6-0 run. Now coming the other way. E-step with. Looking now, will drive with the right hand. Looking for the kick to Race. Race picks it up, gives it over. Arnett picks it. Now is able to get it again, and it'll go out of bounds. So it'll stay with Wheelersburg, though. Nice job by Arnett. He's gotten in there and deflected the ball a lot tonight. Right to inbound, throws it into E-step. E-step down the lane. It's picked out by Stewart. And Valley back the other way. Full court chest pass from Buckle. Arnett is fouled. He'll shoot two. Had a chance at the end. One, just didn't get the friendly roll. So Arnett will shoot two. Arnett has two so far tonight on that pull-up two to start the game. First one from Arnett, up and good. .153 left as Josh Clark will check back in. Braxton Race will get another break here. Looks like they just want to give Josh a little bit of a breather there. 13-6 here early. Second one by Arnett. Up, rattles around, and falls. Swords to inbound. They'll clear it out once again. Josh Clark bringing it down. Goes through the legs, driving with the left hand now. Now looking for an outlet. Throws it over the head of Swords, but nice job to bring it in. Swords looking on the backdoor cut, finds E-step. Blocked by Carter Nickel on the backside. Valley working quick the other way. Going up over the front of the rim, Colt Buckle, no good. And Nolan Wright controls the rebound. Throwing it, E-step gets it. Copley gambled, and Wheelersburg has a 5-on-4 here if they take advantage of it. Clark driving in. Scoop layup, no good, but he'll shoot two. That foul is going to be on number 4, Colt Buckle, his first. So Valley has 4 guys with a foul now. Luckily, all of them only have one. Josh Clark at the line, first one up, and Wheelersburg has still not made a free throw tonight. 0 of 5 to start this game. Josh Clark played well. Leading shot takers, 2 of 5 tonight, all on shots within 10 feet. Second one by Clark, up and it falls, so Wheelersburg's finally able to get a free throw to drop. Valley leads by 7 here early on. Minute 8 left. Clark getting out, nearly intercepts the pass and spills into the stands as he's not able to get the ball out ahead. Pirates make another substitution. Caden Johnson will check in here for Cooper McKenzie. Give him a breather here to end the quarter. Copley takes the inbound. A minute 4 left. Gives it over to Arnett. Guarded by Schwamberger on that left wing. Buckle finds Copley. Copley pull up 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound by Caden Johnson. 51 seconds left here. Throwing it ahead. Schwamberger with. Fakes the pull up. Now looking for the outlet. Swings it over looking for Wright, and it's going to go out of bounds. Off of Wheelersburg, goes the way of the Indians. Buckle will bring it up. 42 seconds left here as Valley will slow the tempo as they'll bring it up. Buckle, 32 seconds left, swings over to Arnett. Looks like Valley's going to try and hold for just one shot. Gives it over to Copley. Copley trying to get it to Buckle, tipped by Schwamberger. Schwamberger straight takes it from Copley, and Wheelersburg running the other way. Euro step by Josh Clark, and he lays it up and in. Coming back quickly the other way. Nickel with 7 seconds. Floater up, no good. Eli Swords with the quick rebound. Throwing it ahead for Schwamberger. 2 seconds, 1 second. Clark, no good. So that'll end the quarter. 14-9. Wheelersburg trails to the Indians. So that'll do it. We'll be right back here on Burg Sports Network, and we'll take a break.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for the wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
For each team, it's been one player that's done a lot of the scoring. For Valley, Jace Copley is 8 of the 14 to start the game here. Josh Clark has 7 of Wheelersburg's 9, most of them coming within the painted area. Back in action, 8 minutes to go here as we get 8 minutes to half. So Clark with it, guarded by Bryce Stewart. Clark down the lane, nice ball fake, and they're going to get Josh Clark for a travel. That back foot slid as he went in. Colt Buckle bringing it up. Wheelersburg sticking in the 2-3. Entry into George Arnett. Arnett switches to the other side for Colt Buckle. Buckle finds Arnett back out top. This 3-guard front for Valley, forcing Wheelersburg to run around quite a bit in this zone. Copley misses it as it's Bryce Stewart's going to save it, and he throws it off his own teammate. So 30 seconds in here, Wheelersburg will get a quick sub. Josh Clark and Caden Johnson will sit down. Eli Swords and Cooper McKenzie back in the game. Full court man-to-man still from the Indians. Jackson Schwamberger bringing it up. He's now guarded by Bryce Stewart. Schwamberger with Swords setting the screen. Kick out to Nolan Wright. Wright open at the free throw line. Pull up, back iron, no good. McKenzie got a piece of it, but Arnett able to get the rebound. Arnett throwing it to the other side of the court. Buckle driving, going in, trapped on the baseline, trying to get free, and we have a jump ball down low. Take a look at our baseline angle here. See, McKenzie did a nice job, got his 2 hands on the ball, and then they called the jump. Looking on the inbound, and it's going to be thrown away by Arnett. So it goes the way of Wheelersburg. I think it hit the line as he threw it in, so. Swinging it over, it's Schwamberger. He is now guarded by Bryce Stewart. Schwamberger bringing it down, gives it to Wright. Nice screen by McKenzie. Wright trying to find a man, now finds Connor Estep wide open for the layup. Estep puts it in. Valley working quick the other way. Arnett in, throwing it way back out of play, and it's going to go into the backcourt. An undisciplined turnover there by Valley. And Arnett's going to head right to the bench as he knew that he was coming out of for that one. Nolan Wright will get a break as well. Josh Clark back in the game. It's one of those moments when a player just knows that he's coming out. Lob inbound pass finds Eli Swords. Pump fake over the front of the rim. Eli Swords for 2. And Wheelersburg's come all the way back from trailing by 10 at one point, cut it to 1. Hunter Edwards in the game for the first time for the Indians. With it up top is Colt Buckle. He's going to be doubled at the front of the zone. Now Estep will fall back. Hunter Edwards with it. They give it over to Buckle. Now Nickel with it on the left wing. Up top to Stewart. With it now is Copley. Stewart pump fakes. Now over. Copley for 3. Again, Jace Copley from downtown. His 3rd 3 of the contest. He's got 11 to start this game. Schwamberger down with. Fakes it to Clark. Now he'll exit it to Clark. Clark spin move down the lane. Layup up. No good. Valley back the other way quickly. Nice pass from Copley finding Edwards. And he'll throw it away. Buckle will step on the line. So it goes the way of Wheelersburg. Swords to throw it in to Estep. Valley, they've been running a zone press for the most of the season, but now in a man-to-man here tonight. E-step with, throwing it in, Swords with, and he's going to have it taken away by Jace Copley. Copley coming back the other way. Floater up over the front of the rim, no good. Cooper McKenzie skying high for the rebound. Clark with, driving with the left hand, now pulls up from the mid-range, no good. Bryce Stewart down with the board. Stewart pulling it out, now looking to the other side, gives it Hunter Edwards. Edwards over to Copley. Now they give it to Buckle up top. Valley in no rush here, and Wheelersburg might try and speed him up here by blitzing him. Nickel with it. Now they go over to Stewart. Edwards with it on the right wing. Stewart, he'll let it go from three. No good on the back iron. Josh Clark with the rebound. Clark coming down quick. He's able to get down in that mid-range area, and he knocks it down. Josh Clark for two. Valley will need a timeout, 17-15. Josh Clark having a great start to his senior night, 9 points here early, leading Wheelersburg in scoring. This pull up here from Clark, hitting it from the mid-range. For Valley, it's been Jace Copley. He's had a great start. He's taken 10 shots here early, 4 of 10, 3 of 6 from the field. Like I said, Josh Clark, he is 3 of 9 so far already, 7 points. Eli Swords, 2 of 3 with 4 points. Connor Eastep with the other 2 for Wheelersburg on a wide open layup. Looks like Wheelersburg will make another substitution. Braxton Race will check in the game here. They'll get Eli Swords a breather. The Valley George Arnett back in the game for them, as Hunter Edwards put a couple good minutes in for them. Colt Buckle bringing it down. He'll be picked up top by Braxton Race. Arnett gives it to the corner. Jace Copley with. And we're going to have a foul down the baseline. It's going to be on Josh Clark. They're going to say I think they're saying that he hit him in the face maybe when he was putting his hand up. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, just minor mistake, really.
Colt Buckle with it out top. We'll swing it over to Copley. Copley coming off the screen. Estep trying to get in for the steal. Copley with, fakes the pull-up three, now resets it to Buckle. Arnett with, entry into Buckle. Up for the layup and good. Bryce Stewart for the and one. They have a chance to make it a 5-point lead. So Stewart will get the and one free throw. The lone senior starter for the Indians so far this year. It's up, no good. Josh Clark skying high for the rebound. 4-point game, throwing it full court. Carter Nickel will get a piece of it and he'll force it out of bounds. So here's the substitution. Eli Swords back in the game for Nolan Wright. Braxton Race to inbound. Josh Clark looks like he's going to bounce into the backcourt to get it here. Nope, they'll give it in. Cooper McKenzie straight out of the post. McKenzie gives it to Clark up in the corner. Clark with a nice crossover move. Driving in, Clark pull up mid-range. No good. Rebound by Copley, and it's taken away by Race. Up for the layup, and one! Braxton Race fighting for the rebound, and he puts it up and in. Nice play, Braxton Race taking it away from Copley and drawing the and one. Has a chance to finish it. Braxton Race 0 of 2 from the free throw so far tonight. He's 0 of 3, missing that one. And it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Wheelersburg. 19-17. Wheelersburg trails to Valley. Looking for the inbound, finds Swords, going up over the front of the rim. Swords back iron, no good. Copley coming the other way, throws it ahead to Arnett. Arnett driving in, Euro step, layup, it's good. George Arnett for 2. Jackson Schwamberger bringing it down. He'll reset it over to Clark. Clark isolating against Stewart. Layup up, no good. Offensive rebound by McKenzie, and we're going to have a foul underneath. That's going to be on 24, Bryce Stewart. It'll be his second, so that's the second Valley Indian with 2 fouls here in the first half.
Yeah, and, so far Valley's kind of making a trouble with themselves.
They're getting in foul trouble. Clark, pull up mid-range, back iron, no good. He just seems to can't get that shot to go. Race fighting for the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds off of Valley, and it stays with Wheelersburg. Schwamberger to inbound, finds Cooper McKenzie wide open underneath, and he puts it in. 2-point game here, 21-19. Valley quickly the other way, skip pass over to Copley. Copley, a nice head fake. Able to get Schwamberger turned around. Now throws it over to Arnett. Down in the post. Stewart up for the layup, no good. Fighting for the rebound. It's McKenzie who comes down with it, and we have a jump ball underneath. The possession arrow goes to Wheelersburg. So Wheelersburg takes possession. 2:25 left here in the second quarter. Schwamberger bringing it down. Now pouring it over, finds Cooper McKenzie in the post. McKenzie backing down. Nickel, and it rattles around and falls. Cooper McKenzie with the layup. Post hook, I should say. And we have a tie game here, 21-21. Buckle trying to break the deadlock. Clark with the up with the one-hand rebound. Coming down quickly. Clark with, going down through the lane. Up, no good. Rebound by Stewart. Throwing it ahead quickly for Arnett. Three-pointer in transition. No good. Long rebound found by Arnett. Taken away by McKenzie. Coming the other way with it is Clark. Crossover. Finds Swords. Front of the rim. It falls. And they're going to wave it off. They call offensive interference on Eli Swords. It got up underneath the cylinder, so it will be offensive interference. Yep, he touched the bottom of the cylinder, so it's going to be no basket. (21-21), 1:35 left here in the second period. Buckle swings it over. Taken away by Connor Estep, and we have a foul on Bryce Stewart in the backcourt. And that is his third. So Valley will have to make a substitution here. Stewart will head to the bench. Levi Stewart, the 6'7" sophomore, will check in for the Indians. This is where Valley has struggled. One of their starting 5 players gets in foul trouble, has to head to the bench. So it'll be interesting how Stewart performs out here for Valley. Connor Estep up with the free throw, no good. Scramble for it, and we'll get a foul in the backcourt. It's going to be on Cooper McKenzie, and that'll be his second. So Caden Johnson will go to the table, and he'll get him. So that'll be the 5th foul of the half on Wheelersburg. Not in the bonus just yet, or the Indians. Wheelersburg is in the bonus. Bringing it up is Colt Buckle. Guarded by Connor Estep. Buckle crossing over. Now driving in. Kick out. George Arnett lets it go from downtown. It rims out, no good. And there's a foul underneath. It's going to be on Braxton Race. Fighting for the rebound. They'll get him for a foul. So that's the 6th of the half on the Pirates. Arnett to inbound. Looking, will throw it out top to Buckle. Buckle trying to get in, now swing over. Copley gets Swords up in the air, mid-range by Copley, and it's good. Valley breaks their scoring drought, and they go back ahead by 2. Braxton Race in transition, will pull it out now. Racy slips and falls, and he will call a timeout. So it'll be a full timeout for Wheelersburg. We'll take a break. 23-21. Valley leads over Wheelersburg. We'll be right back here on Burg Sports Network.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
Welcome back here, Wheelersburg High School. Wheelersburg's been playing very well here in the second quarter, getting back in the game, making it only a 2-point contest. Had it tied for a while. Had to call the timeout there to say, race flipping. Yeah, slipping on the floor, and that happens sometimes, but he's smart to call the timeout. Wheelersburg only have 3 for the rest of the way, though.
Quick with it, too.
Yeah. We were talking about it a little. Stewart picked up his 3rd foul. It's going to be dangerous for him, especially guarding Clark like he does. Clark loves to attack the basket. 3 fouls on him early. It's going to be tough for him to play in the second half and not pick out more fouls.
Yeah, and that's a big player for Valley as well. Big-time scorer.
Down on the baseline to inbound to Schwamberger. We get it into the corner to Caden Johnson. They'll reset with Clark. 23-21. Clark looks like he'll hold it for as long as he can. And they'll clear out, and Wheelersburg's going to hold for 1. Looks like they could be isolating Clark on nickel. Clark with the head fake, just trying to get nickel away to avoid the 5 count. Final 10 seconds, they'll run it. Now they blitz Clark on the double, and it's going to go off his leg, and they call it out on Wheelersburg. So Valley will take over with 10 seconds. And Valley wants a timeout, and they'll take it. There'll be a full timeout here with 9 seconds left. Valley knew exactly what they wanted. They were going to let Clark dribble the clock all the way down, and the second they started to go, Arnett blitzed him on the double, got it to go off his leg, and they took possession. Nice play by George Arnett to force that turnover. 10 seconds left here, Valley. With the guys that they have, Jace Copley has had a great game shooting so far. I imagine they'd try and get him a shot, or even use Levi Stewart while you got him out there. Maybe hit him on a lob pass, try and get him close to the basket for an easy layup.
Yeah, and with the so far how Valley's playing, same thing with Wheelersburg, honestly. It's safe to take any shots. Wheelersburg had issues at the beginning, but, they're starting to get their shots to actually fall. So
yeah, and looking at the shot chart so far, I don't think Wheelersburg has taken a 3 all night, which is interesting. Nothing but 2 so far tonight, and everything really within that middle area. Not a lot of short corner mid-range shots. Valley's shooting chart has been all over the floor tonight. They've taken 10 threes, a lot of short mid-range, long mid-range, couple layups. I mean, their shot chart, the 2 shot charts have looked a lot different so far tonight. 9 seconds left here. Looks like Wheelersburg's going to bring the pressure up a little bit. No player on the floor for Wheelersburg with 2 fouls, but a foul would put them in the bonus. Buckle with, going behind the back, now looking for the pass. Nickel from the volleyball line, no good. Offensive rebound by Arnett, but that'll do it. 23-21, your score at halftime. We'll take a break and be back with highlights and stats after this.
Welcome to Wheelersburg High School, where we have established a standard of excellence for our students and staff. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, Wheelersburg finds a way to set ourselves apart.
What makes us different is the commitment to excellence and the high standards that we set for our students and for our student athletes as well.
The Wheelersburg community is absolutely amazing. The support, every sport, everybody's always out there cheering you on, wanting the best for you and everything that you do, and that's huge.
Wheelersburg High School, where excellence is the expectation.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Ohio learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school. If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to throw on my uniform after school.
Hi, I'm Beanie Wells. Whatever the sport, wherever it's played, there's one thing that student athletes, coaches, and fans can all share: sportsmanship. The Ohio High School Athletic Association Respect the Game campaign reminds us that school sports are so much more than wins and losses. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to make school sports a fun, positive, and rewarding experience that student athletes will remember for a lifetime. Every game, every time, let's all respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for the wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
David.
Welcome back here, Wheelersburg High School. We're going to hop right into the stats. 23-21, Valley leads over Wheelersburg. Wheelersburg is able to keep it close. Not sure if that total is right for the field goals. However, Wheelersburg is shooting 10 of 26 from the field goal. It might just be a misprint, but we'll take it down and get it fixed real quick. They're shooting 10 of 26, and the notable thing is they didn't shoot any three-pointers, which so far this season has not been done by Burg yet. They've shot at least one three-pointer in a first half. 1 of 9 from the free throw line, which is far from ideal. It's actually the worst free throw performance they've had all season. Meanwhile, Valley shooting 9 of 24, 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Valley is out-rebounding Wheelersburg much more, 24-13. 10 turnovers by Valley, 7 by Wheelersburg. And the fouls were actually 7-6. We had some missed fouls in the first half. So individually, Josh Clark leading the Pirates in scoring with 9. Eli Swords with 4. Connor Eastep with 2. Braxton Reese with 2. And Cooper Mackenzie with 4. On the Indian side, Jace Copley with 13. George Arnett with 6. Colt Buckle and Bryce Stewart with 2 apiece. So overall, Wheelersburg, they got down early. 10-0 run. You see here it was completed by this three-pointer where Copley was left wide open and knocked it down. It's just something you can't give up. But Wheelersburg responded well. You see here Eli Swords made a nice backdoor pass, finding Connor Eastep. That was actually a nice defensive play, my bad. Wheelersburg was eventually able to get back into it, cutting the lead all the way. That was that backdoor to Eastep. That one cut it all the way to 1. And it just kind of stayed there the rest of the way. You see this 2-point lead. This was actually a nice drop-off pass. Drew the foul. He'd actually missed the free throw attempt, though. Valley 2 of 3. Wheelersburg 1 of 9 from the free throw line. Nice sky hook here from Cooper Mackenzie. Took a couple bounces on the rim before it dropped.
Yeah, and going into this game, we knew it was going to be a close game as long as Wheelersburg played the best they could. And we're definitely seeing them today, playing the best that they can and performing at that level that, the coaches expect them to perform at.
Yeah, this game was expected to be close, and it's not expected for Wheelersburg to come out here and blow out a very good Valley team. Valley ended up getting the 2-seed draw for Division 4 Southeast District. Wheelersburg drew an 8-seed for Division 3, so seeding-wise, this is a pretty good matchup between divisions, so it'll be interesting how they come out in the second half. Valley's definitely going to want to play their game, get out and run. It's going to be interesting how they handle Bryce Stewart having 3 fouls. If he picks up that 4th early, it's going to be really hard to play him down the stretch. But Coach Craig Tackett has been open to the fact that he will play his guys with 3-4 fouls in the second half because it's important for his guys to learn how to play without fouling, but if he fouls out early in the third, it could be problematic for Valley.
Yeah, and, so far that's kind of been the story for both teams is foul trouble. Wheelersburg, not as much as Valley, but, still catching those fouls.
So it looks like we're getting started here in the second half, 23-21. Wheelersburg back with their starting 5 out on the floor. Valley will return their starting 5 as well. So we get ready to go for Wheelersburg and Valley. Should be an exciting second half. So Wheelersburg setting up in that 2-3 zone. I don't expect them to go away from it even late in this game, no matter which way it goes. Inbound by Stewart, gives it into Buckle, and we are underway here. Buckle with it. Out on the right wing, now looking for an entry, and he finds Bryce Stewart. Swords up for the block, no good. Fighting for the rebound, Mackenzie comes down with it. Nice play by Swords to affect the shot. Now Clark will come back the other way with it. Josh Clark guarded by Stewart. Swords swing over to Race. They're going to set a screen for Swords, trying to get him open, not able to. In the painted area, they give it over to Race. Race with it. Hands it off to Schwamberger. Schwamberger down the lane, going up over the front of the rim, off the front of the rim, no good. Copley throwing it ahead for Arnett. Back out to Copley. Buckle with, looking for the entry, finds Arnett. Arnett gives it to Buckle. Buckle feeding over to Stewart. Stewart with, gives Arnett. Arnett. And we're going to get 3 in the key. It's going to be on Carter Nickel. So Valley looks like they're going to come up in maybe a diamond. Yes, they will be in that diamond press that they've been running out throughout the season. First time they've gotten in it in tonight's game. Race looking for the inbound. Now we'll throw it in to Schwamberger, and they trap him immediately. Schwamberger swing over. Braxton Race bringing it down. Throwing it into Clark. Clark lobbing it in for McKenzie. Easy layup. Cooper McKenzie ties the game here with the first basket of the second half. Giving it over. Arnett, mid-range, pull up. Back iron, no good. Rebound by Schwamberger. Schwamberger throwing it ahead for Clark. Layup up and good. Josh Clark for 2. And the Pirates take their first lead of the night. Throwing it in. Back out. Copley fakes the 3. Now gives it over to Buckle. Buckle open for 3. Arnett. Yes, George Arnett with his first 3 of the night. And Valley back ahead by 1. Schwamberger with, lobbing in the backside to Race. Back out Schwamberger, bringing it down. Now give it over to Josh Clark. Nice job, Clark faking on the drive. Now up, short on the layup. Put back by Clark is good. Burg back ahead. Buckle bringing it down, guarded by Schwamberger out top. Gives it over to Copley on the right wing. Drop into Nickel. Clark daring Nickel to shoot. And now he gives it over to Buckle. Giving it over to Arnett. Arnett entry into Copley. Rolls around and drops. So lead changes on back-to-back-to-back possessions. Swords will bring it down. Guarded by Holt Buckle. In and out dribble. Driving with the left hand. Gives it over to Schwamberger. Mid-range pull up. Blocked by Jace Copley from behind. Stewart bringing it down. Guarded by Schwamberger, and he'll be called for the blocking foul. And that'll be his first. And slow, I think the good thing about that, Schwamberger only picking up his first. You see Copley with a nice block there. Picking up his first. Stop the fast break. Let Wheelersburg get back and set in this 2-3 zone. Arnett with it. Now gives it over. Jace Copley from downtown. It's good. Jace Copley, another 3-pointer. That's his 4th of the contest. Swords bringing it down. Looking for the outlet. Gives it to McKenzie, and they're going to get Copley on the foul out top. That'll be his 3rd. The Indians' 1st of the half.
Another player going into dangerous territory with fouls here for Valley.
Lob in pass to McKenzie, gives it to Clark. Clark pull up mid-range, back iron, no good. Rebound by Buckle. Buckle the other way, going in. Drops it off to Nickel. Up, no good. Offensive rebound by Nickel. Now fighting for the loose ball, and he outlets it to Arnett. Arnett trying to give it back to Nickel, and he does. Doing a good job to break this zone. Circus shot up by Arnett, no good. Swords bringing it down as they pick up man-to-man. Clark fakes the 3-pointer. Going over, tipped pass. Able to be controlled by Schwamberger. Gives it to Swords. Swords fakes the 3. McKenzie setting the screen. Swords down the lane, up for the layup, and good. Eli Swords for 2. And Wheelersburg will cut it back to 4. Buckle with it out top. Gives it over to Copley. Guarded by Braxton Race. Swing over. Now entry into Stewart. Stewart trying to escape, and we'll get a jump ball down low, and Wheelersburg takes possession. .359 left here in the 3rd quarter. Clark will inbound, and Valley back in the man-to-man full-court press. Nice move by Schwamberger, bringing it down. Finds Clark, driving. Drops it all for Swords. Mid-range, no good. Taken away by Braxton Race. Layup up, no good. Swords on the rebound. He can't finish. Rebound by Buckle. Buckle going quick the other way. Up for the layup, and good. Colt Buckle for 2. Valley leads by 4. Bringing it down is Schwamberger. Schwamberger gives it over to McKenzie, guarded by Nickel. McKenzie trying to get it to Clark, and they're going to have an away from the ball foul, and that's the 4th on Bryce Stewart. And he'll have to head back to the bench. And Levi Stewart returns. .3:16 left here in the third. Schwamberger looking for the inbounds, finds McKenzie on the backside, blocked by Levi Stewart. Levi Stewart came away with the board, now finds Buckle. Buckle, long 2, pull up, no good. We got a foul underneath. And it's going to be on Josh Clark, and that'll be his second. Looks like Burg will bring 2 on. It's going to be Nolan Wright and Connor Eastep for Braxton Race and Josh Clark. So Clark will get a breather. Race will get a breather as well. 3:05 left here in the third. Inbound into Buckle. Swing over for Ornette. Pass too high for Copley. Wheelersburg has a 3-on-1. Wright loses the handle over to Swords. Swords in the corner. First 3-point of the night. And Connor Eastep knocks it down. The first one they've shot of the contest, and they knock it down. Looking on the cross court, finds Buckle. Short corner, mid-range from Nickel, no good. Levi Stewart trying to control the board, and we have a jump ball. And it will stay with Valley. Interesting update here is the halftime score I'm getting from West High School. So we got a foul down low. West High School leading over Minford 32-30. So that'll be an interesting development as we're going to get a foul. It's going to be on Eli Swords. Josh Clark returns to the game, and he's going to come in for Swords. Williamsburg shot 9 free throws in that first half, have yet to shoot one so far. Entry into Copley, up for the layup and good. Valley back ahead by 3. 35-32. Schwamberger with, driving with the left hand. Kick out to Clark. Clark going up, scoop layup, no good. Clark gets his own rebound. Up for the second effort, no good. McKenzie up for the board, can't grab it. Copley coming down, head fake, drives, layup, up and good. Jace Copley for 2. And Valley up back up by 5. Schwamberger with, gives it to Nolan Wright. Wright takes the outlet to Clark, out top, guarded by Colt Buckle. And they're going to get Clark on the travel, and it'll go the way of the Indians. So they'll get Clark. I want to know. I don't know how many turnovers he has yet, but he's had a couple traveling violations so far tonight. Swinging it over, Buckle on the right wing. Up top with it is Arnett. 4 out, 1 in look here for Valley. Hand off to Buckle, guarded by Connor Eastep. Eastep beat on the drive, up good by Colt Buckle for 2. And Wheelersburg will take a full timeout, 39-32 your score with 1:22 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back here on Burg Sports Network.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association Educate through sports.
Back with it here. Valley leads 39-32 as they've gone on a little bit of a run here late in the third quarter. Back-to-back baskets as they get up by 7 now, as Wheelersburg is in desperate need of a basket. Wow, it looks like now they're going to go full court man-to-man. It didn't look like they were for a second. Swords will be the one to bring it down, guarded by Colt Buckle. Swords with a hesitation move, now spinning, finds Nolan Wright. Clark running through on the split. Now looking, they find McKenzie out top, guarded by Levi Stewart. Clark guarded by George Arnett. Here's the screen from McKenzie. Now looking on the drop in, they give it out to Nolan Wright. Wright finding Eli Swords now. Swords spinning, front of the rim shot. It's good, Eli Swords from the mid-range, and he cuts it back to 5. Estep will tip the pass and it goes out of bounds, stopping the quick break by Valley. Caden Johnson, he'll check back in the game here for Cooper McKenzie. Gives him a breather and helps him avoid picking up a late foul here that could put him with 4. Inbound into Jace Copley. He's had a great night tonight, 22 points. Levi Stewart on the entry. Finds Carter Nickel. Nickel throwing it out to Buckle, now guarded by Nolan Wright. Moving it over. Buckle back with it out top. Stepping out to guard is Nolan Wright. Copley with. Continuing to switch the ball, now finds Levi Stewart. Mid-range, no good. Up to the rebound, we got a foul. Down low, it's going to be on Valley. It's going to be on number 4. Colt Buckle, his second. A little bit of defense for offense as Cooper McKenzie returns to the game. Valley continuing to guard full court man-to-man. Connor Estep takes the inbound. He'll give it right back to Swords. He'll bring it down. Swords taking it against Buckle. Mid-range floater. Yes, Eli Swords for 2. Valley going to try quick here. Pull up 3 in transition. No good. Off the back iron. 39-36 your score at the end of 3. We'll take a break. Can Wheelersburg Can Wheelersburg pull off the upset? Only down by 3. We'll be right back on Burg Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for the wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Time for the most exciting part of the game. 39-36 as we start the 4th quarter here. 1 possession game. Wheelersburg starts with the ball. They've only shot 1 3-pointer tonight, so it's hard to imagine, unless they get an open look, that they'll cut it. They'll try and cut it with 1 shot here. Into Nolan Wright. Back screen for Connor Estep. Now they get Swords down on the block. Working against Buckle. Gets him up in the air. Now up for the second effort. Blocked by Colt Buckle. Buckle back the other way. Gives it over to Copley. Copley, free drive, kick out to Arnett. Now resets to Buckle. Buckle open for 3. Back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Still no one with it. Now Arnett gets it. And He misses the second effort. Rebound by Nolan Wright. Nolan Wright bringing it down. Guarded by Copley. Gives it to Clark. Clark getting in the lane, looking on the back cut. Now gives it to McKenzie. Long two from Cooper McKenzie. It's good. 1 point game with 7 minutes to go. Nice shot by Buckle to split the double, and we get a travel up near the midcourt line on Jace Copley. And Bryce Stewart, who has 4 fouls, will return here with 7 minutes to go. So it'll be interesting how he plays with 4 fouls, and I think the officials are asking for a towel, a little bit of sweat on the floor. I'll make sure you wipe that up. We were talking a little bit during the break. Eli Swords has kind of come alive here late. Only 2 points at the break, now up to 10 here with a big third quarter. It'll be interesting how he continues to progress here. If he has a big fourth quarter, you never know what could happen. Like we said, Wheelersburg just wanted to keep it close to give themselves a fighting chance, and they've done that now. Now they just need to take advantage of it. Josh Clark with. Swing over to Swords out top. Entry into McKenzie. McKenzie bullying in the post, draws the foul, and he will shoot 2. That one's going to be on Carter Nickel, and it'll be his first. So he's the only Valley starter not with a foul here early. So he will pick up his first here in the fourth quarter. Wheelersburg has struggled from the line. They're 1 of 9 on the contest. First one from McKenzie up, and it's good. Entering in the game is Braxton Race and Jackson Schwamberger. They will give Nolan Wright and Connor Estep a break. McKenzie, the second free throw up and good. So Wheelersburg will tie it up here, 39-39. Copley swings it over to Buckle. They find Stewart now. He gives it over to Copley. Copley, he's had a great night. Not on that one. Can't get it to go. Put back by Arnett, no good. And McKenzie controls the board. They blitz the double, and Braxton Race will get it. Braxton Race with. Gives it over to Jackson Schwamberger, guarded by Stewart. Clark down the lane, layup up and good. Josh Clark for 2. And Wheelersburg takes the lead. 6:15 left in the contest. Throwing it over. Copley reverses it to Buckle now. Copley. Nice Euro step move. Layup up and good. And he ties the game back up. He is 24 on the night. Schwamberger brings it down, 41-41, 5:53 left. Clark driving, kick out. Braxton Race thought about it. Now down on the baseline, finds an easy pass. Cooper McKenzie on the bunny. And Valley needs a timeout. 43-41, Wheelersburg leads here late. Nice feed from Braxton Race, senior to senior, dropping it off to McKenzie. McKenzie's had a nice job, nice finish to this game. He's up to 11 points now. Wheelersburg with 3 players in double figures, all of them seniors. So great showing here by great showing by all 4 seniors. Braxton Race, even though he's not in double figures like the rest of them, he's made his impact elsewhere.
Yeah, it may not show it, but, he has been a big part of this team so far. Playing very good defense, taking the ball away at crucial times, and getting rebounds as well.
So Wheelersburg able to lead here early. Valley took a timeout, so they'll get the ball out of the break. It's going to be important for Wheelersburg to stay composed here down the stretch and not let Valley get a lot of easy looks. They're going to have to play some really solid defense to keep Valley contained. Wheelersburg, they're going to stick with this group. Clark, Race, Swords, Schwamberger, and McKenzie. Stewart will continue to play with 4 fouls. Buckle will be the one to bring it down. 5:40 left in the game. Braxton Race will pick him up all the way at half court. With it is Arnett. Now gives it back over to Buckle. Gives it over to Copley. Copley back to Buckle. Entry into Arnett. Now Stewart with Arnett. Mid-range pull-up. It's good, and he ties the game up at 43. Basket for basket. They've been going on the last couple possessions. Neither team able to get a stop. With it now is Clark. They swing over to Schwamberger. Entry into Swords. Swords fighting to get up over in front of the rim, and he puts it in. Eli Swords continuing his great second half. Valley working quick. Arnett with it. Switching to the other side. Swords nearly gets there. Continuing to scramble for the loose ball. And we have a foul. It's going to be on Braxton Race. That'll be his second. Nice effort by Eli Swords to try and cut that pass off. Great hustle by Braxton Race. Just picked up the hustle foul. Nickel to inbound. We give it into Arnett. Back to Nickel. With it now is Buckle. Kick out to Copley. Now on the post. Finds Stewart in front of the rim, and he drops it in, and we are tied again at 45. Clark bringing it down. Guarded by Colt Buckle. Clark gives it over. Swords open. 4-3. No good. High pointing the rebound is Bryce Stewart. Stewart bringing it down. Drops it back off. Long three from Arnett. It's good. George Arnett puts it in, and Valley leads by 3. Arnett with 14 now. Giving it over. Josh Clark. Now he finds Swords. 3:53 left. Schwamberger with. Trying to find the swing. Now gives it to Clark. Braxton Race with it. Finds Schwamberger now. Race looking. Now finds Swords. He takes the three-pointer. No good. Jace Copley with the rebound. Stewart down the lane going up. Lays it up and in. 50-45. Valley leads now. Swords bringing it down. Gives it over to Race. Race fires deep from 3. No good. Stewart with the rebound. Buckle coming the other way. Goes behind the back. Driving down the lane for 2. No good. But the foul is called on Cooper McKenzie, so Buckle will shoot 2. That'll be McKenzie's third. There's that look at that layup by Stewart. That put Valley up by 5 here. Buckle with the first free throw up and good. Valley 3 of 4 on the night shooting from the line. Nice stat line here. Colt Buckle 6 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, and a block to go along with it. Second one up, and it takes the backspin and falls. And Valley immediately calls a timeout. It will be a 30-second timeout. 52-45, Valley leads. Got away from Wheelersburg. It was a 7-0 run. We saw this in the third quarter, however. Valley got up by 7, and Wheelersburg responded very well. So it'll be interesting how Wheelersburg finishes this game. Braxton Race, he's checked out during this timeout, as Nolan Wright will return to the game. Jace Copley's had a great night for Valley tonight. 24 points for them so far in this contest. He comes off the bench right there. He's had a great game, 24 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 block, and a steal. He's been the go-to scorer for Valley tonight. And his shot's on. He's one of the toughest players to stop in the conference. Jackson Schwamberger will bring it down, guarded by Colt Buckle out top. Swing over to Clark, guarded by Jace Copley, gives it to Nolan Wright. Right with. Trying to find now Eli Sword. Swing over to Schwamberger. Right with it. Lets it go from the corner. Top of the backboard, off the side, no good. Colt Buckle will bring it back the other way. 2:35 left. Buckle goes behind the back, swings it over to Arnett. Arnett with, now goes over to Copley. Entry into nickel. Valley's going to try and just play keep away here with Wheelersburg. Wheelersburg with, with 2 fouls to give. With a foul to give, actually. Wouldn't be surprised if Wheelersburg sends a double, and they do. Nickel trying to escape, and now they call the foul. It's going to be on number 12, Josh Clark. Bryce Stewart to inbound it. He'll find Arnett straight in front of him. Swing back over to Arnett. Buckle with it out top. Swing over to Copley. Copley guarded by Wright. In the corner, Stewart. Now he is doubled, and there's the foul. It's going to be on McKenzie, I believe, and that'll be his 4th. Braxton Rice back in the game for Nolan Wright here. So now Stewart will shoot the 1-and-1 bonus. Stewart with 6 points, 7 rebounds so far tonight. Spent a lot of time on the bench due to foul trouble. First one up, no good. Eli Swords down with the rebound. 7-point game. Swords brings it down, guarded by Colt Buckle. Swords with, gives it to Clark. Clark loses the handle for a second, now gives it to Braxton Race. 1:37 left. Schwamberger with, handoff to Race. Race trying to find the kick out, does. Swords lets it go from 3. Bang! Eli Swords from downtown puts it in, 52-48. 122, inbound into Stewart now. Stewart trying to get by. Now he loses the ball, and we get a foul. It's going to be on Josh Clark, his 4th. And it'll send Stewart back to the line. .115 left here. Bryce Stewart, he missed his last free throw, so he'll shoot again. Josh Clark, he's 4 fouls. He's been the leading scorer tonight, 15 points, 7 of 22 from the field. Like you said, Stewart, 6 points, 7 rebounds, first free throw up. Back iron, no good. Cooper McKenzie controls the board. Josh Clark coming back the other way, and it's tipped, and it's going to go off of Nickel. Stays with Wheelersburg, so Wheelersburg catches a break on that bounce. Inbound into Clark, guarded by George Arnett. Braxton Race with it on the left side. Now we'll give it back to Clark. 1 minute left here. Burg trails by 4. McKenzie comes up for the screen. Now they find Race. Now McKenzie sets the screen. Clark looking, gives it to Swords. Buckle guarding tight on the perimeter. Swords isolating. Now looking to get inside, and they call the foul. That one's going to be on Colt Buckle, his 3rd. Valley has another foul to give if they choose. Got to be smart with that foul to give. Can't give up an easy basket. Schwamberger looking on the inbound, trying to find someone, and there's the 5 count. It's going to be a turnover. Jackson Schwamberger couldn't find anyone to throw the ball into. 46 seconds left here. Inbound to Buckle. Switch to the other side. Jace Copley with. Now they give it back to Buckle, finding Bryce Stewart. Stewart throws it ahead to Arnett. Now they get it to Copley. Gives it over to Buckle. Buckle, and he'll be fouled by Eli Swords. And Colt Buckle will shoot 2. So it will stay the 1-1. That is the 9th foul of the half. So Holt Buckle has to make the first. They've missed the first of the first 2 1-1s, and they missed this one as well. Swords corrals the long rebound. Valley presses. Bringing it down quick is Schwamberger. He pulls up in transition. No good. Swords the long rebound. He pulls it out quick. Needs to find someone, and Wheelersburg calls the timeout with 19 seconds left, and there's a player down on the floor for Valley. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Not sure who it is. I think it might be Jace Copley. Yeah, he hops up. He's going to be a little uneasy as he comes off the floor.
Extremely close game here.
Yes, 52-48. 15 points apiece for Eli Swords and Josh Clark. 11 for Cooper McKenzie. It's going to be important for Wheelersburg to either get a it's not even a quick 2 or a quick 3. They just need a quick basket out of this break. And then they have a chance to try and force the turnover or the 10-second count before Valley gets across the midcourt line on a make. And with that, then if they get it across the midcourt line, you have to foul. So, but the first things first is Wheelersburg has to get a quick basket. Eli Swords will inbound on the sideline. Holt Buckle will face guard the inbounder. Swords looking for the entry, finds McKenzie. Fakes it, now gives it to Clark. Clark looking to drive, loses it, and taken away by Carter Nickel, and they foul him, and he'll shoot 2. So Carter Nickel, if he's able to knock these down, would just about seal it for the Indians. Wheelersburg does have a timeout left as well. Nickel, first one up, and it's good. They'll shoot both of them. 53-48, 11 seconds to go. Second one up by Nickel, it's good. And Valley wants a timeout. And they'll call the full timeout here with 11 seconds to go. So Valley's able to pull away here at the end as they lead by 6. With 11 seconds to go. It's going to take a heroic effort by Wheelersburg. I'd imagine they'll have to hit a 3 quickly and then call a quick timeout and then force a turnover. Would be the only way. So 11 seconds left here. I'd imagine they'd go to Eli Swords if they need a 3-point shot. With Wheelersburg having the timeout, they can, if they hit that shot, call a quick timeout and maybe try and force the inbound turnover. Wheelersburg will have to inbound from the opposite baseline, so they're going to have to go the length of the floor very quickly. And make sure they also don't force a turnover while doing it. Braxton Rice to inbound. He's going to have to make a long inbound pass here, and he will. Gives it Josh Clark. Going the other way, Eli Swords with it. Turnaround 3-pointer contested, no good. McKenzie, rebound, put back, it's good. And Wheelersburg will call their final timeout here. 54-50 here with 3.9 seconds to go. So now now with it, Wheelersburg up 4. The only way that they could even force overtime is they get the and 1-3 on the steal from the inbound, which I have to admit is very unlikely. So it was a heck of an effort, though, by Wheelersburg, because this is a very good Valley team. Kept it close the whole way. Only were really outscored by multiple scores in the first quarter. They've been outscored by 1 point in the fourth, 1 point in the third. Outscored Valley by 3 in the second.
And, amazing game by Wheelersburg, honestly.
Yeah, it was a great effort. So with that, it'll pretty much seal their fate. The best they could finish is 500 in the conference. Meanwhile, Valley is going to kind of solidify their third place, or third and second place finish right there with Minford. This is a good win for them going into playoff time as well. 54-50. Carter Nickel to inbound. Looking for the full court pass, I think. Now gives it into Buckle, and he's fouled by Jackson Schwamberger on the inbound, so Buckle will go down the other end and shoot 2. Buckle first one up, no good. At back iron, not able to hit it. Second one from Buckle, it's up, and it's good. 55-50. Ball thrown away, and they'll blow another whistle. And that'll do it. 55-50 is your final here as Valley wins. We'll take a break. We'll be back with stats and highlights after this. Valley wins 55-50. We'll be right back here on Burg Sports Network.
Why do they officiate? For some, it's a way of staying involved in a sport they grew up with. For others, it's a way to pay it forward by helping kids who play today and tomorrow. It's also a great way to stay active, make extra money, and work with friends. And all of them will say it boils down to one thing: the love of the game. Find your reasons and log on to ohsaa.org to find out how to become an official. You'll be glad you did. This is the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Educate through sports.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin. The life lessons that interscholastic athletics can teach kids are so much more important than wins and losses, and will stay with them long after their playing days are over. Discipline, teamwork, sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity can all be learned through school sports. The lessons that these student athletes learn through sports today will help them be prepared for the wins and losses of life tomorrow.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Welcome to Wheelersburg High School, where we have established a standard of excellence for our students and staff. Whether it's on the field or in the classroom, Wheelersburg finds a way to set ourselves apart.
What makes us different is the commitment to excellence and the high standards that we set for our students and for our student athletes as well.
The Wheelersburg community is absolutely amazing. The support, every sport, everybody's always out there cheering you on, wanting the best for you and everything that you do, and that's huge.
Wheelersburg High School, where excellence is the expectation.
Welcome back here, Wheelersburg High School. That's going to do it. 55-50. Valley wins. Let's hop into some quick stats real quick for both teams. Both teams, their team stats. Valley shot 21 of 47, 6 of 16 from downtown, 7 of 12 from the free throw line. Out-rebounded Wheelersburg 38-26. Wheelersburg shot 23 of 54, 2 of 8 from downtown, and 2 of 10 from the free throw line. Fouls were 17-12. Steals 7-3, turnovers 14-9 in favor of Wheelersburg. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Great effort from the Wheelersburg Pirates, but that will do it. Yeah, it was an awesome game, but that'll do it for us here on Burg Sports Network. 55-50. I'm Gavin Race.
I'm Caleb Kazee.
Make sure you tune into the highly anticipated girls matchup for the top 2 teams in the SOC. So the West Senators and the Wheelersburg Lady Pirates. We will see you tomorrow night for that. Have a great night.